Hello again, everybody. I guess it's time for another garden update. It's been about 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever, since the last garden update. So I thought I might walk you through what we got going on here. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's see here. First off, I guess we'll start with the good. The good is that the cucumbers are still managing to do really quite well. If you look there at this cucumber, I'm going to pick this one and take it to a friend of mine here probably on Monday, but you can see there I got pretty good sized hands and I can't make my hand all the way around that thing. And from thumb to forefinger, for me, that's going to be about 9 inches. So that's a really good sized cucumber. You can see here that I got some smaller ones in there. So we got quite a few cucumbers that are actually setting on the vine. Here's another really good one right there. So I'm going to do some picking to let some of these smaller ones that I have right now go ahead and get a chance to grow. Use some of the nutrients so that the big ones don't steal it all. So cucumbers overall, you can still see, all the little yellow flowers, you can still see tons of blooms, and there's little bitty cucumbers coming out. So the cucumbers seem to be doing really rather quite well. If we move over here to the squash, you can see here that the squash are just growing like crazy. This is my, the cow panel there. And as you can see up top here, they are going almost all the way across. So they are doing really, really well. I thought these, though, originally were zucchini plants. But as I'm looking here right now, I think that looks suspiciously like a spaghetti squash maybe that I planted instead. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on these. For those people that I told you I'd be more than happy to provide you zucchini, I must say I apologize for that, because if these are spaghetti squash, then I guess you'll get spaghetti squash instead. Hope you still like that. But you see I got a couple of them here. We got a little baby one going on right there, and then we still have some a little bit of blossom end rot that's going on here, but watering's been kind of a little bit of an issue as of late, so it's going to take a little bit. This is the gourd plant that's still continuing to grow, so hopefully we'll be seeing a few gourds start to pop out on here. I don't see that it's setting any fruit at this point. I had some blooms on here, but I still don't see any fruit. There's a bloom right there. I don't know how easy that is to see, but hopefully that's going to be something that provides me, I guess there's another one right there. Didn't even see that one. Right there, pretty little bloom that's on that one. So hopefully that'll turn into some fruit so that I get some gooseneck gourds. As you can see over here, I picked a couple of these this weekend and took them home. You can see here that we got a pretty good size summer squash going on right here. So I don't know, for some reason those are part green on one side, and I have no idea why. I don't know what exactly is going on there, whether they're getting some bizarre kind of cross-pollination that's going on or something like that. I guess I wouldn't be surprised by that. And here you can see that we have a few more right down there. This one here, this big one's probably ready to pick already. These two I'm going to let go for just a little bit. So the squash themselves are really doing quite well. I'm quite happy with those. Over here you can see that the peppers are still, I don't know, the peppers are still struggling a little bit. Just small. Onions seem to be doing pretty well, so might be able to come out here and get a little bit of onion here. The eggplant is, however, starting to take off. I haven't seen yet any fruits coming off the eggplant, but you can see there, there's a couple of little baby blooms that are going on there, and possibly some seed pods or some fruit pods that might be happening. So there might be something going on here. I'm not quite sure. I don't have any knowledge of that one quite yet. So, and then this one over here, this is my one pepper plant that seems to be doing the best. It seems to be the happiest here. Growing, and we actually have, these are salsa peppers. You can actually see there that we've got some salsa peppers that are actually growing right here. So hopefully we'll get a whole bunch more of those going. Sorry about that. Another eggplant. So we're doing okay there. The pepper plants, I just think that I didn't get them started early enough and in the ground soon enough. So I think next year what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure and get the pepper plants started really, really, really early. Give them a good, maybe 10 weeks worth of growing indoors before they get set outside, and hopefully that's gonna help me out. Now the tomatoes, been having a little bit of an issue here with my tomato plants. These on this end seem to be doing okay, and you can see here that we do have lots and lots of tomatoes setting on. There's some fruit there. We'll move over here a little bit. We can see some fruit here. We can see some fruit here. Come down in here. There's a big set of fruit. There's some more there. So the fruit's really setting on as far as the tomatoes go, but I'm having a problem right now with my cherry tomatoes. These are, I guess not cherry ones, these are super sweet 100s is what these are. And so these here, I've been getting quite a little bit of wilt on them. I don't know how well you can see this, but for those of you that might be plant geniuses, looking at that you can see the yellow that's on there. So I'm having the issue with the yellow. Which I know sometimes, you know, indicates a wilt, but it's not seeming to be having the characteristics of, you know, the wilt that I've seen there before. Here's maybe another one. I don't know if you're able to see that very well. And then I'm getting quite a little bit of leaf curl on these, but you can see there that, you know, these plants just really are really kind of suffering. The leaf curls happening there, and then the same thing's going on over here with this one. They just kind of, you know, decided to just give up and die on me here. Now, I did a little bit of reading, and unfortunately I found out that there is such a condition as walnut wilt. And if you can look here, these trees that you see right here, all the way up to there, those are my walnut trees that drop walnuts in the ground. Seeds, leaves, all that kind of stuff, and apparently there is a chemical that walnut trees produce that is toxic to both tomatoes and peppers. So I'm hoping that that means that, you know, I don't know, I'm trying to decide which one I would like more, whether I would be much more okay with these plants right here right now, suffering from walnut wilt so that I know what it is and I can fix it, or whether I would rather it not be that and then I guess I don't know what it is. So those of you again out there that might be, you know, the tomato gardening gurus, let me know what your thoughts are, and maybe you can help me diagnose. But other than that, that's kind of what we have going on in the garden. Anything new that comes along, I guess we'll let you know. I've decided on these over here that if these are walnut wilt, what I am going to do is I'm just going to let these go for the season, so in case somebody else has similar issues, then they will be able to kind of see this on a YouTube video, and hopefully they'll be able to protect themselves from the same issue. I'm hoping that's not what anybody else has, but if you do, then, you know, maybe you can learn from my mistakes, I guess. So, all right, that's good enough for now. Signing off. Thanks for watching.